Om Namah Shivaya. I am astrologer and author Professor rudramohapatra from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Today I will tell you about the changing planetary combinations for astrologers. If you review the research papers of the astrological magazines out in India, say it is the astrological magazine, the planets and forecast, the express star teller, etc. and etc. Where I was a regular writer, I was, currently I am not. You will find research papers explaining the planetary combinations for an astrologer. Even modern book writings they say about the topic. But let's discuss that if you are an astrologer, how come your planet can exhibit that? I remember in one of the books of Guruvar Ken Rao I was going through. I'm not taking the name of the book. If you know that, you can write it in the comment box. So Guruvar Ken Rao is saying that the prime planet necessary to become an astrologer is Jupiter, and the ancillary planet is Mercury. Very clear, because Jupiter is the karaka for knowledge, Mercury is the karaka for calculation. But is that all? Same Guruvar Ken Rao in his lecture in 1994 at USA is saying that Shukra is also said to be Sarva Shastre Supravina. So even if Venus is there, it will make you a very good astrologer. And also he is saying about some other combinations. Now, let me put the things for you in a proper perspective. What you need to become an astrologer? If I go by the Parasari definition that you must be a rishi, you must be excellent in mathematics, and you must be honest in your speech. So, honesty in the speech is your second house. Mathematics is Mercury. And if you want to be rishi, it is either Jupiter or Ketu. But nowadays, astrologers are not like that. There are astrologers are not living the life of a rishi. Like all the astrologers, they are not living the life like me or Guru or Kendra, like a life of aesthetic. They are in familiar situation and they are procuring money and they don't hesitate to cheat people. So now, if the commerce is associated with astrology, then the role of Rahu come to an existence. Second, is Mercury is really necessary? No, no, because the mathematics you need to become an astrologer is very, very basic mathematics. It's a school level mathematics, so you can find that many good astrologers or traditional astrologers are also school teachers. And second thing is that you don't have to calculate the things where manually. Now software is taken care of. So Mercury is no more also necessary. Jupiter, do you need to read or write like Professor Mahapatra? No, no need to read so many books, no need to write because many people will come and ask you very basic questions, which is very evident from many astrological portals you are finding nowadays. I'm not taking the name, you see that how people are doing astrology. Here, let me make you clear I am not talking about those other occults like tarot, numerology, etc. etc. I am talking of Hindu astrology only. So now Jupiter's role is over, Mercury role is over. Yes. So nowadays, if you find astrologer, they are into more into occult, or they are like even simple office going people. They are practicing astrology. So it is a changing approach to become an astrologer, for which the planetary combinations to become an astrologer is very confusing. People those who are actually into occult and they know little bit of astrology and saying as an astrologer, for them it is the eighth house should be activated, Ketu should be activated. Activated means they must carry sufficient karma to get the result in this life. And our astrologers are saying you the truth, no? So even the second house piece is not also necessary. Astrology is just like became a it's either a business or it is either a job. So if it is a tenth Jupiter, which I used to say that is a teacher or a banking professional, now you can say you can also become an astrologer. Jupiter and Ketu. Ketu will give you the power of meditation and the things. So you can do that. Seventh, Venus is there. Now you have an office to become an astrologer. Because astrology is also now into one kind of very post business where many elite clients are visiting. So actually I do not know. I cannot confine the planetary combinations, even though I was finding 1 or 2 years back in the planets and forecast a very good research papers on the planetary combinations of the astrologer. Not a good research paper, I will say, but it was a know moderate research paper explaining the planetary combinations. Now, I am a very good propagator of Guru Chandala Yoga. Guru Chandala Yoga can make you a very good astrologer. Yes, you know why? Because Jupiter is little bit knowledge, it will give you knowledge. Rahu will give you the trick how to use that knowledge and extract money from others. And it will make you irreligious. Irreligious in the sense of not having the righteousness. I'm not saying that you will go to a temple and you are not offering the diya to the cults. No. It is completely different in the sense of no righteousness. Okay? So, if you have got Guru Chandala Yoga, Jupiter and Rahu, they are in the Lagna, or Jupiter in the Ketu, they can make you an astrologer. Like Jupiter and Ketu, Guru Varki and Rahu says that. Also, one kind of. They can. And where? Even if Jupiter and Rahu is in the Lagna of the Navamsa chart, is in the 10th house of the Navamsa chart, they can make you. So first, you must know that what kind of astrologer you must be addressing. Whether it is an academic astrologer, if you need only academic astrologers, it is definitely Jupiter and Mercury. It's a commercial astrologer, it is Jupiter and Rahu, to some extent Shukra. Now, if he is an astrologer like a yogi, practicing complete yoga practices, then it is Ketu and Jupiter. So I must say finally that Jupiter is necessary to become an astrologer. And yes, as prediction has got some meaning. So your second house should not be afflicted. See, second house which should not be the planet which will make you very wrong. Like second house Rahu is absolutely wrong for become an astrologer because it will give you falsehood in your speech. But if Saturn is there, it's definitely it's not falsehood. It is very righteous speech, and though the speech will not be sweet. If Jupiter is there, excellent. If Venus is there, very good. So the planetary combinations which will make you an astrologer is completely unsure. Just look for the planets which are regulating the chart, and if the person is engaged in astrology, which kind of astrology he will do, you can say. If he is guided by Jupiter and Rahu, if he is guided by Jupiter or Ketu, if he is guided by Venus, then you will see that yes, he is an astrologer or she is an astrologer, but the planet which is giving him astrology is Jupiter, is suppose Venus. Now you will see that he will be a numerologist, he will also be tarot, everything, because Venus is that kind of planet which will not allow you to go for a very voracious and disciplinary studies. Instead, it will make you a multidisciplinary researcher. But it is almost equal to Jupiter. So it can also make you. So next time, whenever also you read some classics, or and now here, if it is mentioned in also there are mentions of these planetary combinations in the classics. Yes, I remember reading it from. I don't exactly remember the chapter, but possibly BPH somewhere it is mentioned. But it is changing. It is really changing. It's very difficult to say that the planetary combinations which will make you an astrologer nowadays is absolutely wrong. And people are doing this and online of virtual calling by which they are giving consultation. Now Rahu is involved. So you have to see that which kind of astrology you are into. Suppose you are into this tarot. There it is eighth house. It is no more Jupiter. It is no more Ketu. It is eighth house, and eighth house. If Rahu is there, it will give you excellent intuition. If Ketu is there, it will make you. It will make you absolutely introvert and also able to go for a severe meditation. So eighth house, if eighth lord is ruling your lagna, if it is in the lagnesa, see if it is with the lagnesa or it is in lagna, then also you can become an occultist. Now those occultists are also into astrology now. So they are say, looking at the chart and they are saying. So the planetary combinations to become an astrologer is absolutely unsure as far as my personal views are concerned. Though the prime planets responsible for them is that cannot be denied is Jupiter. Mercury is very, very less nowadays, very, very less. First is Jupiter, second is Venus, third is your Rahu, fourth is your Ketu. And also, I have been listening that people are saying that Mars will make you also an excellent astrologer. Well, if you're saying so, it is okay, but do not put all the planets after all. You can say that no, Saturn, Mars, your moon. A weak moon is good for astrology. That you remember that weak moon is good for astrology and doctors also because it makes your emotional balance very constant. So weak and moon should be weak and it must be well placed. The Sadamala carried with the moon should be less so that you will be less emotional and it should be well placed so that your emotions will be balanced. So please look for Jupiter, Venus, the eighth house, Ketu, of course Rahu or the so-called Guru Chandala Yoga in a chart from which you can judge that which kind of astrology that person is adhering to. Jupiter will absolutely disciplinary like me. Venus then interdisciplinary. Rahu absolutely commerce. Venus Rahu excellent commerce in astrology. Jupiter and Ketu is like a kind of aesthetic and very sincere astrology. Uh, Second house Saturn is very righteous in speech. Second house Mercury is very sweet in his speech. But second house Rahu not good. Second house Mars is also not good because that will make you very aggressive. So you have to see that what are the planets actually contributing nowadays. Mercury is no more that much necessary because mathematics is almost omitted. Similarly, Jupiter is, even though Jupiter is the planet which will take you toward this religious path, so I cannot deny the role, but the role is absolutely reduced. Now, as many things are mixed up, many new disciplines has come, the role of Venus is growing. And astrology is now into a severe commerce. You can definitely add the role of Rahu because in so far as business is concerned, manipulation is necessary. I hope you like this video, and if you have more suggestions where you can say that no sir, this is the best planetary combination to become an astrologer, please write it in the comment box. But try to understand any situation which is happening in a very current perspective, and that is why very recent research can be taken up. Uh, and that is the distinction between I find between B.V. Raman and Rao. That Rao is always saying that Raman is making very classical research. It's almost like a theoretical review. If I read, I consider both of them as my guru, but Rao is negating many views of Raman because saying that research you must apply things in current perspective and you see. And I always also respect the views of Raman because without classics, no research can happen in Hindu astrology. So you have to take the principles. Like I cannot say that Jupiter is for uh, your sensual pleasure. No, I cannot say. So how our rishis have designed the classics? So we have to follow the classical principles, and those classical principles are undergoing changes as for the current scenario that you have to look into. So don't worry if you have this kind of combinations. Firstly, you have got interest for astrology, you can go. But which kind of interest you have possessing or you are possessing towards astrology can be seen from your chart. So it is Lagna, the planets I have said, from its eighth house, etc. and etc. Well, this is all for today. If Lord Mahadeva wants, I will come up with another new video soon. Till then, God bless you all. Om Namah Shivaya.